Hello everyone, welcome to another video, and today I will try to do a stylized floor base. So let's start. The first thing I will do is create a tile generator, and on the tile generator I will switch the pattern to square, and I will apply the luminance random. I will decrease a little bit the X and a lot the Y into something like this, and after that I will make a Cartesian to polar grayscale that I can make this round shape. I will increase a little bit the amount in X, and after that what I will do, maybe I think I don't need something in I, because what I will do next is just copy and paste this one and make a huge amount, like this should work, and I will create a blend to blend this two. So this one will be my base and this other one is the other part. So what I will do is create now a shape, a round shape. Can use disk in my opacity, so I will decrease a lot the scale, something like this, and blend back. I will create a transform to scale down. Just hold Ctrl Shift, and I will go here in tiling mode and switch to no tiling. Make something like this. So okay. Um, Now what I will do is create a new shape, or I can just create a new transform to put right here and make a blend that I will put this one on foreground and that one on opacity. Let me decrease just a little bit the scale, and after that I will copy and paste. Let me decrease the number of tiles. So I will create a new blend. I will invert the shape, invert this grayscale, put this on my opacity and this one on my foreground. And with this I got this shape. So let me see. Okay, so what I will do now is create an edge detect. Looks like I need to make a luminance random on this. Okay, this fix it. So We'll decrease a little bit the edge roundness. So what I will do now is create a flood fill. Or before, I can invert first. I will create the distance. We'll invert again. With this, I will create a very soft blur and a warp with the moiser. Let's blur this moiser just a little bit. Put on this warp. And let's slope these two shapes. We'll connect right here. Okay, so what I will do next is create a flood fill. Um, I will make a histogram scan. I will increase the contrast. With this flood fill, I will use a flood fill gradient and make a distance node and put like this. And I will create my first blend as mean darken. Let's create a levels to make some changes. Let's switch plane. And after that, I will create a blend that I will put a Perlin noise. Let's create another linear just to make more height difference, because I will copy and paste this one. Let me enable the tessellation. One thing that I can try to do also is take this shape right here and try to use the min. I will create a slope on this one. Increase the samples. Select the mean. Let me invert this one, put the levels on this one, and move this forward. Okay, I will make other slopes right here. Switch the minimum. I will just take this transform to take a different shape and blend these two together as mean darken. Can create a levels to compass this intensity. Like this, looks interesting. So I will create now two tile sampler. Uh, One of them are with paraboloid, some scale random, position, and color random. But I can take, for example, these levels right here and push the black and invert because I want this as my mask map input, and I will go back here and enable the mask map threshold. But for this work I will have to increase the X and Y amount to make this kind of shape, and I will create a levels to invert this one, use the mean darken, and with this I can create some interesting shapes on my base. I can copy and paste this tile sampler, but for this time I don't need this mask, so I will go back here and disable the mask map threshold, and I don't need too much uh, tiling. So what I will do now is create a new levels, will more scale random, decrease the scale, and I will invert, and again use the min max, and I will push, wait a little bit to make more deformation on this shape. So okay, I can again copy and paste the style sampler, but this time I will use the polygon. Can increase the curves, decrease the gradient, and blend with a gradient linear. Subtract like this, put this in my pattern input, and I will decrease the scale, sums, rotation random, and I will go on this surface and make some subtract. Very soft, so I will make a mask random. Okay, now I will make some cracks, and for these cracks I can use the cells tree, and I can use the flood fill, um, but instead use the gradient. I will use the flood fill grayscale, and I will put this on the distance, and I will select just the only source. I can take off these levels, and let's start. First I will make a warp with crystals, and I will make an edge detect. Can make a distance, and now I will make a non-uniform blur grayscale. To create a mask for this blur, I will just invert my edge detect, this needs to be very soft, and I will blend with the pearly noise as that linear, and blend right here. And after that, I will create a directional warp to break this pattern, so we will put this one. So to make a good mask, I will take this one, I will push the black, and I will put on opacity, and I will decrease the multiply for these cracks. So I can make some slopes on this. So I will take Pearly Noise. Let's see what's happened if I take the cells 1, and blend direct with this. We'll create a levels, try to invert this one. Let me push the black. Ah, will be better if I use the polygon, the base polygon. Like this. Again, I will copy and paste the style sampler. I will put a position random. Maybe increase more the scale for this one. Before this, I can, or after, create a blend that I want to put of some of these small rocks. Okay, the material looks interesting. So what I can do now is try to create the colors. So, okay, let's start. For the gradient, we'll take off the black. Maybe this one is too white. Okay, I will copy and paste the ambient occlusion. This one needs to be more soft. I can make a color variation between the the blocks. So for example, I can start using a red and yellow and blue. Let me make the roughness. I will create a curvature smooth with this normal map. Invert and blend with the spots. Can use a histogram scan to control the roughness. I will take this gradient map to take some highlights. Okay, one thing that I'm thinking to do is put something like a sand on the background. So for this, I will take a spot material and I will make a very soft blur and make a slope, and I will create a transform and divide sometimes. And for example, I can take a Berlin noise, I can decrease the scale and blend together as multiply and create a height blend right here. Let me push all this content for this part. And with this height blend, I will increase the contrast, decrease the height. I don't need too much contrast of the white and black, so I can just decrease like this. But for the color of the scent, I think will be simple. We create a blend right here. There I will put my scent and the mask for the scent. Oops, the scent needs to be here. Okay, the color is not so good. Okay, now I will take cells 4 to make some color variation. We'll take some clouds to make a noisy shape. It's not clouds. Clouds 2. Make a gradient map. Slope color, very soft. One thing that I can try is convert this height, this color to a height map and make right here a very soft subtract. Let's see if this will work. Maybe I can decrease the opacity of this multiply just a little bit. We'll create a new blend just to finish. I will create a dirt node. This dirt can take the curvature smooth and the mid occlusion. Okay, with this dirt, I think it's really cool, the material. Maybe I can make this more shiny, but I will take off with the dirt node. Okay, so that's it. Hope you enjoyed this video and I see you next time. And just one more thing that I think right now, if you want, you can go back here, maybe on the shape and create a swirl material, this swirl grayscale, that we can increase and decrease the amount and make this rotate. I think it's really interesting. And but if you do this, you have to copy and paste and put this on the mask also for the mask fit perfect. So just this additional that you can create on this material.